Crocodilians, the group including crocodiles, alligators, caimans, and gharials, are often called living fossils. They belong to an ancient lineage dating back to the Jurassic period over 230 million years ago. These reptiles have outlived the dinosaurs and survived at least 2 mass extinction events, all while changing very little in overall form. In this report, we'll explore how early crocodilian ancestors arose and diversified. The story of crocodilians begins in the Triassic period. The earliest crocodilian ancestors, crocodiliomorphs, emerged around 230 million years ago in the late Triassic. Unlike their water-loving modern descendants, these first crocodilomorphs were small, agile, and land dwellers. Fossil evidence shows they had slender bodies and walked elongated limbs in an upright posture. They were carnivores, likely hunting small animals in their terrestrial habitats. Crocodilomorphs were among the only pseudoscian archosaurs that survived to the end of the Triassic extinction, which wiped out many of the contemporaries. Paleontologists hypothesize that the survivors' ability to eat a wide range of foods, a generalist diet, gave them the edge in adapting an erratically changed post-extinction world. Once into the Jurassic period, crocodilian relatives flourished and exploded into many forms. During the Jurassic and into the Cretaceous, crocodilomorphs evolved into an astonishingly diversity of niches. Some lineages became fully aquatic, such as the Thalattosaucians, marine-like reptiles that developed flippers and lived in the oceans. Other groups remained on land and experimented with different diets. There were terrestrial crocodiliforms that became herbivores or omnivores. In the Cretaceous, especially in southern continents, the Nodosuchians diversified in forms of ranging from swift-legged predators to weird plant eaters and even pig-snouted species, a far cry from today's crocodiles. By the late Cretaceous, approximately 90 to 80 million years ago, true crocodilians, in the modern sense, had appeared, recognizable with the classic body plan of a long-snouted, amphibious ambush predator. The Mesozoic heyday of crocodilian relatives came to an abrupt end at the end of the Cretaceous extinction event, 66 million years ago. The same event that killed off the non-avian dinosaurs. After 66 million years ago, nearly all surviving crocodilians were amphibious, water-edge predators that we would find familiar. From that point on, the crocodilians were restricted to the water-associated ambush hunters that still prosper today. Not all crocodilian relatives were the modest-sized swamp predators we know today. In fact, prehistory saw the rise of truly gigantic crocodilians that were apex predators to their ecosystems. Here are a few of the most famous examples of these super crocs and their roles in the ancient worlds. Sarcosuchus, arguably the most famous, nicknamed super croc, lived about 112 million years ago in the early Cretaceous in what is now Africa. It grew to an enormous size. Estimate range from about 9.5 up to 12 meters in length, weighing around 4 to 8 tons. Fossils of Sarcosuchus have been found in ancient river deposits, indicating it inhabited large tropical rivers and swampy deltas. This giant had a long, relatively broad snout and grew a huge, bulky body. Studies of its skull and dentition suggest a generalized diet. Adults could prey on virtually anything they could catch, including dinosaurs that ventured near the water. In its ecosystem, Sarcosuchus was an apex predator with no equal in the river. Even large theropod dinosaurs had to beware of the water's edge. Next up, Deinosuchus, named the terrible crocodile. Deinosuchus was a huge crocodilian that prowled the subtropical coast and swamps of the late Cretaceous in North America around 80 to 73 million years ago, reaching over 10 meters in length and more than 5 metric tons in weight. Deinosuchus was larger than most carnivorous dinosaurs for its time. Fossils of Deinosuchus indicating massive skulls, vertebrae, and osteoderms. This creature looked much like an enormous alligator. In fact, it is an ancient relative of alligators, one that diverged before the modern forms. Paleontologists have discovered large bite marks on dinosaur bones, including those of duck-billed hadrosaurs that matches Deinosuchus' teeth, confirming that it did prey on dinosaurs that came to the water to drink. One of the most remarkable aspects of crocodilian history is how conservative their basic body plan has been. A crocodile from the Jurassic period would be easily recognizable as a crocodilian today. Over an immense span of time, the crocodilian blueprint, a semi-aquatic reptile with a low-slung, elongated body, powerful jaws, and armored hide, has proven to be a winning formula Evolution did not stop for crocodilians, but it certainly slowed down relatives to other lineages. Scientists point out that crocodiles haven't changed much over millions of years because they are so successful that it hasn't demanded major change in evolutionary terms. Crocodilians found a sweet spot in form and lifestyle early on, and subsequent natural selection has mostly fine-tuned those features. We know from fossils that body plan of crocs has remained largely unchanged for millions of years. In contrast, groups like mammals, which have shorter generations and underwent dramatic ecological shifts, show much faster evolutionary turnover. If you went back around, let's say, 50 million years, you'd find no humans or large mammals at all, whereas 50 million-year-old crocs would look pretty much undistinguishable. From their humble origins, crocodilians have proven to be one of nature's greatest survivors. They saw empires of dinosaurs rise and fall, have endured planet-wide catastrophes, and even grew huge themselves as apex predators in the bygone eras. Through it all, the crocodilian body plan, low lethal and long-lasting, has remained fundamentally intact. Genetic studies confirm that crocs evolved at a glacial pace, a testament to how well suited they are for their ecological niche. In the end, the evolutionary history of crocodilians is a story of stability and survival. They show us that sometimes not fixing what isn't broken is the key to longevity. Over 200 million years later, the descendants of ancient crocodilomorphs still lurk in our tropical rivers and swamps, ambushing prey just as their ancestors did. In an ever-changing world, crocodilians stand as living reminders of the distant past and as an inspiring example of endurance in the face of change.